Welcome to yet another session on career growth. In the last part, we did get insights about various aspects and specializations about nutrition from Priya Karkera. Let's continue our interesting talk. So that's really nice to know that being a professional and even on the personal front, you're able to balance a lot. So it'll be nice or right if I say that you are actually ensuring a healthy next generation.
I would say I'm aiming to.
And I'm sure the kind of efforts you're taking, the kind of activities that are undergoing, and whatever specializations you've mentioned so far, a lot of youngsters are not aware that they actually have these opportunities. Now that I'm on the concept of youngsters, Priya, what we have seen is we've seen more of girls taking up this particular field. I definitely know one of the reasons why it is, but I'd like to know from you as a professional, why do you see that?
In fact, this is one concern for all of us. Though there are a lot of fitness centers, lot of instructors who want to enter our field, the setback here is what I can highlight, that we do not have male-oriented colleges.
Right.
So we actually, as a country, we are only promoting this into a woman-dominated field. There is no opportunity for the men to enter into, or the younger boys to come into this arena, because of which, even if there are aspirations, there are no courses available, there are no colleges available.
Okay.
And it becomes difficult if you're going to be correspondence courses are not really well recognized, which are already structured. Of course, we do have some universities who give, but after that, when they come into practice, it takes time for them to create that place.
Right.
And I would actually like to mention, we have some dietitians who are working into the research front. One such in Mumbai, who is a male, and some from Hyderabad who are from National Institute of Nutrition. So they at least enter into the research front by doing a PhD or a technology and that kind of courses.
I hope in the near future this scene will also
We
change.
are actually absolutely looking for opportunities for equivalence between both the.
Absolutely, and that's what we all stand for, the equality that comes our way. Priya, when we are actually talking, you mentioned about part-time, but what if somebody wants to go on a full-time basis? Is it possible?
Yes, absolutely. It's not very difficult. I would not say it's very difficult, because the kind of support services and support help that we have to this day's women, working women, it's definitely possible.
But then is there an opening, an opportunity to work full-time?
Yes, absolutely. You have the hospital front, which probably everyone is aware of. You have the gyms and the wellness fitness centers. That's another opportunity. You have the clinical research front. A lot of NGOs are working towards wellness of the sick patients.
Right.
So they create a lot of opportunities for dietitians to come and join their team. In case the individual setup is not able to provide the ratio of dietitians which is required for big setups. So they have also come into play. You have community nutrition, which deals with severely acute malnutrition or moderate acute malnutrition, which is a big burden that India is facing.
Okay.
Today, India is at the dual burden of nutrition. That's how we define. One edge where we are completely into malnutrition, the other edge, that's the middle class and the upper middle class, who are facing or battling the obesity, childhood obesity.
My God, this is severe and this is difficult to digest what's going on, and we don't realize these things are actually happening.
This, I would only say to the youngsters, look at yourself of how big an arena that you have to work in. Not just working in a clinical setup or not just into clinics. So step out and see what you like, see what is appealing to you in nutrition. Ultimately, you're working for the wellness of the house. It's not about cooking food and delivering the food. Okay, I would actually map back that, Suchitra. That's why it was called a women-oriented field.
Right.
But today, if you see the hotel industry, you have only male chefs. Very minimal
Most
amount
of them,
women
right,
coming into cooking. So why is this field a woman oriented, or why is it that you want to cook at home, then you become a nutritionist? It's not that.
So true. I think what she's mentioning is very interesting to know that the need is there. There are courses. We need more people joining in, and the kind of spectrum of opportunities available for youngsters it's going to be huge. And I think in the coming years, lifestyle diseases are on the rise.
Absolutely.
Health is going to be the biggest concern.
Absolutely.
So there are going to be specific skill sets that a professional will be required.
Yes,
So what do
today
you
we
think they should be?
Skills. See, what we are taught in books is finding the nutritional value of the food item that we're eating, calculate the calories, carbohydrates. This is what is coming to people when they say, you're a dietitian. A lot of management skills are required in how you communicate to the patient, which probably we were never taught. It came to us through experience. Lot of positive psychology that you have to use when you're dealing with, depending on the type of patient. Like, for example, if I'm dealing with a 8-year-old child, I would look into some amount of child psychology. When I'm speaking to the grandmother of the child, who's probably the caretaker of the child, that would be a different way that I would put it to her. If the working mother is coming to me, she's going to be frustrated because she's not around and she's seeing that there's something wrong, but not that she can leave her job. So there's a different way I would speak. Similarly, if I'm speaking to a diabetic patient, it would be different. So these are the kind of skills which are not taught to us, but probably, yes, need to be fine-tuned when you enter the profession. Let me put the entire knowledge of nutrition into a pocket and say we are poverty in midst of plenty. So we have plenty of work outside. We are poor in terms of the number of dietitians coming out and realizing the scope of work that they can do. So not just that you do a BSc nutrition and you're done with it, or you do an MSc and you're done with it. So go out, explore the field. You have plenty of work outside, and keep your hobbies going, because that gives you energy to come back and work.
So will it be right if I say that psychology, sociology, management, technical skills of nutrition, a little bit of sciences, and social skills,
Yes.
all these put together is what makes the right
Absolutely.
nutritionist?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Not at all.
So I think Priya, this entire session has been insightful. I'm sure a lot of students are going to be inspired to look at nutrition from a different perspective, and thanks for giving that. On this note, I'd like to say a huge thank you to you, and hope that a lot of people actually watch this, like this, subscribe this, and keep on watching Career Growth. Thank you so much.